Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Woohoo! Today we will be following group 1, which is pink, and that's not the EU pink, it is the XCIS pink, so that's going to be highly interesting to watch, I think, because we haven't seen much of the CIS top teams in the EU server. Of course with the server merge that's different, and most of the Russian teams are sort of like split up between other teams because of the Legionnaire rule, basically meaning that if you do not live in a country that's supposed to be on the EU server, then only 2 players of those can be in a team. So that's interesting. But Pink is still together, so that's going to be fun to watch. Let me just go out of the room and then I can take you to this. Got my tanks selected and readied up in the training room. Well, tournament room I should say. And now we just wait. So I'm gonna have a quick look with you at the chart. Because like I said, we are following Pink today, which is group 1. And this is the team that we're following. And those are very high stats. This is low battle count, but most of them are not. So they're just really epic players. So basically yesterday they won everything very gloriously, kicking out lava there. And today we're starting it off against the SNS, which I feel might be a bit painful for the SNS. And then we have Aho. I need to be careful with how you pronounce that. And we have Creed. Their team is called Creed, so that's easier to say. So yeah, overall, to be fair, it shouldn't be too difficult for Pink. But we saw yesterday with EG that people can get a bit overconfident. It worked out in the end, but yeah. So let's just see if we can enter the room yet. Yes, we can. There are 5 players in DSNS's team, so that means that we will get a match. And if they only have 5, then I feel even more sorry for them. So yeah, now we just need to wait. We're starting it off on Black Goldville, which is of course, I don't know, it's one of those tanks that I don't mind it that much. I also don't love it that much. It kind of depends on what spawn I'm at. There are spawns that I like the, in this case the red spawn better than the green spawn. But that's for playing randoms of course. And in tours it might be entirely different. So yeah, now you just wait, less than 2 minutes left to go. If there's any questions you want me to answer, then you will have to ask them in English, I'm sorry. Because I think it is Finnish that you're talking into the chat, Quace, but honestly I don't understand a word. And no, there will be no prizes for watching this stream. It is a qualifier. You shouldn't expect anything from that, to be honest. There will be stuff later on in the tour, perhaps with the round robins, don't even know that, but definitely with the final stages, but not for the qualifiers. One minute left to go, and then we will see Pink in action with a Sheridan, 2 60Ps and 4 Type 71s versus a Super Conqueror, 1 Type 71, an IS-4, an IS-7, a Foch, and if you raise up then there will be 6 players. And if I sound like I'm not taking it all that seriously, that is really because I'm not. Oh, 7! Woohoo! Q is taking a VK90. And Tushila is probably going to take something else. There we go, it's a 113. But yeah, this is the qualifiers. It's strongest versus weakest, so you have the overall best teams versus the overall weakest teams that are left. And that generally means that the gameplay that you will see today is not going to be let's say, epic. It will be fun, but not necessarily epic. It's an IS4 for Tushila, not a 113. And here we go. Every time it does that, I'm like, I did ready up, didn't I? So let's see. I updated a whole bunch of my drivers yesterday in the hope that it would make my laptop more quick. No idea what's being said. But it looks like spam because it's all the same letters all the time. Pink. Mostly focus on the base C side. With the Sheridan going into the middle of the spot. And 2 Type 71s to support him. First shot. First block drawn into the VK90 as DSNS is crossing over. Scorpion losing quite a bit of HP there. But Kira is not looking too healthy. Danilo is losing a bit more HP there. Pink is being very aggressive here. Probably counting on their focus fire, but that was 2 bounces. 3. Svinograd is not looking all too healthy. They're not focusing the same target either. Base C has been kept. And there goes Scorpion. He's the first gun gone. The rest of Pink arriving. With the Sheridan staying at the back. And Danilo gets taken out. And in the mean, Gutsto has just casually occupied multiple guns. Face-hugging them both at the same time. Max is not long for this world. And now 3-2. I'm probably pronouncing all the names wrong, by the way. So I do apologize for that. But I'm fairly sure that I cannot speak Cyrillic, let's say, because it's not all. It doesn't have to be Russian for it to be Cyrillic. There goes Miha. And now it's just Tushila left in his IS4. With Rico dancing around in circles. Him now being tracked. I do feel kind of sorry for him. Eating another one from Rico there. Flame is arriving at the back and takes him out. And the first game is for Pink. Brutal little game. It looked like Pink were overextending, but they pulled it towards them beautifully there. It is only a best of 3, so there's, assuming that Pink wins again, that will be the end of the first matchup. Then I will show some replays, and after that the matches will follow each other up quite quickly, because basically as soon as all the teams are like there, then the matches will begin. So let's see. The SNS now ready with the Super Conqueror, 1 Type 71, a Yo, a Yege, an IS-4, an IS-7 and a Foch. That's a very interesting choice of tanks. And on the other side we see a Sheridan, 5 Type 71s and a 60p. No, East Flame is going back to the 60p after all. And I was wondering why my laptop was being a pain after just starting it. Turns out that my virus scanner has just been like updating stuff and everything, and I didn't ask for that. But yeah, 30 seconds before we go into the second game here. Hello everyone that's watching, by the way. And please guys, do not let the chat go political. And yes, as for the Pharaoh, it's I mean, I like it, but that's because my in-game name is Egyptian. It's from Egyptian mythology and like all pharaoh stuff. I love all that part. The tank itself isn't that great, but I do love the way that it looks. And with 30% drop chance, it is a lot higher drop chance than most crates, so there is that as well. And that's the lovely little ratings camo there. I don't want to press F. Wow, okay. The SNS being a little special here. We have Rico going towards the middle again. Spotting people as they cross over. Not shooting this time though. But we see people getting hit in a crossfire as they cross over. Wonder if the Sheridan will shoot. Yeah, he does. Oh no, it's actually Type 71 that did. He did shoot in the end. Decorating their mums. Kira, having lost quite a bit of HP here, crossing over. And now we have Pink in the corner, steadily just waiting, whittling them down a little bit. Svinograd being very aggressive here. But he... Big hits into Q. There he goes. And there goes Kira. And now Max was supposedly next in line, but they're actually going after the Nilo, more or less ignoring Max here. And Wunsch, I'm not pronouncing that the way that it should, but that one is on purpose. Svino just went down. Flame is being shot. Oof, nice roll there. Danilo is gone. Max not looking all too healthy. Flame angling towards 1. And we have 3-2-2 joining in. And he might not make it out alive here. Oh, no, he bounces that one. There goes Max. 1 bounces. Oh. He survived that. And now we just have... And never mind, he got taken out quite rapidly there. And the second game is for Pink as well. No, I will not tell you how much I spend on those crates. Not for the tank though, I was trying to get the avatar. But yeah, quick and brutal game by Pink here. To be fair, I did not really expect anything else. And let's have a look when our Pink is having the next match. That is at 32, so yeah, we have about 25 minutes to show some replays. Let's see, I got a whole bunch of them. One of them, yeah, I think I'm going to show you this one first, mainly because it's in the store right now, and I think that it might offer some insight, maybe, if you're still on the fence on whether or not to buy it. Thing is that, with all tanks, in my opinion, every tank has something good about it. There's no, like, awful tanks in there. It's mainly the drivers that make a tank bad or good. Because in my case, I know the T95. Wow, that's a good start. Not really. Basically, the T95, I know it's a good tank, and I don't even do that badly in it. I just absolutely loathe driving it. And that's me, that's not the tank. And there's a bunch of tanks where I just do not particularly well in, because they just don't suit me. In this case, we have an Object 260, which is a heavy, well, heavium, but a heavy. That is actually just basically in the middle, because the mat is not. The mat is actually camping at the back. Can't believe that panned. I need to remember that. Getting some nice spotting and assisted damage here. A little bit at least. Badge is like, I don't want to be here, but I don't know where to be because I keep getting shot. Of course, we have the STI over there. See, this is the thing about Canyon. When you get into the middle like this and they let you, you can farm so much. Oof. I love it when they're just like that. And they get some assisted damage along with it, and you might get manage to cap the base and all. SDI has been absolutely massacred. And he's just casually farming. Like, the thing with the Object 260 is that it is fairly mobile. It's not a typical heavy. It is a lovely heavium. But you need to not think about it in terms of being as strong as the IS-7 or as good as the IS-3 can be as well for its tier. It is a lot lighter. It's more comparable to the well, to the IS-8 in a way, because that's also the old one out in the line. Because it's very different from the IS-3 and the IS-7. It just works differently. I really do like it though. When it works beautifully. You just need to remember that it's not going to bounce all that much. Which is fine. It doesn't have to be because it's got other qualities. Also, Mutsu, people are basically free to speak their home language. I don't mind. They just need to understand that I will not understand what they're saying. So if they have any questions to ask, then they need to ask them in English. Look just how casually he just farmed nearly 5k damage here. Some little bit of extra damage for ramming. And a nice little kill to round it off. Also, fair warning, I've got a whole bunch of replays, so don't feel like I'm against you or anything if I do not show yours specifically. But this was a lovely little game of a tank that is currently like in the store, so if basically wanted to talk about that. Also, I will never ever tell someone to buy something unless it's like the Geniotsu, which even now, to be fair, is not even that competitive anymore. But I think that it's always good to just show what you can get and what it can do. Let's see. Where is it? I got like a whole list of replays to show, to be honest. Trying to find. Ah, I think you meant this one. This might be you. Your nick isn't in there because you edited the name. So that makes it a bit difficult. But let's look at another Object 260 replay. And yes, I take any M replays, basically, even if it's like low tiers, I don't mind, because an M is still an M. It's about XP, so it means that you had a good game, you had a good battle, and I think that you wouldn't submit a battle that wasn't like a good ace. So yes, I do. You can submit them on my server. Yeah, I've got a channel that is called Tournament Season Replays, and I cannot guarantee that I will show it, or I cannot guarantee when I will show it. But basically, I can't play PC to save my life, so I use replays to just fill the time between matches like this. And in this case, there's not that much time in between the matches aside from being the first and the second, so I don't show that many replays. But with the round robins, there's more set times, so there might be more time for that. He's very aggressive, that the AMX. And unlike most AMXs, she can't necessarily achieve him. I mean, he is being a bit special. He is losing his life. The 140 might not survive it, but I'm not entirely certain yet. Aww. They really did try, though. STC, Wiz, that is not the way to do it. Basically, please do not advise people to do things unless I actually advise them to do that. Or unless it's Mutsu, because Mutsu knows exactly how I prefer things run. He's having a really lovely farming game, and he's not like camping or anything. Well, he's like staying in the same position, but that's because he keeps having targets right there, which I can't fault him for. But again, this is one of those, it's a bulletproof tank as long as it's not getting shot. Nice little blind shot. I'll check after the battle if it's hit. That's a bit too hasty. But overall, like, you see, this tank, it can dish it out as long as people, like, don't push you. Because you don't have that much armor. You can bounce a bit, just not that much. I got a bit of a peculiar DM on Discord. No, I have never lived in the UK, and I am from the Netherlands, to answer your questions. Oof, now he's alone versus 2. He can do this. He just needs to be careful not to get outflanked by both at once. Because this is the thing, if you use the hill like this, and you know that the STB is not a brawler. Oh, I do hope you win this. Because you can, I know you can. Oh my god, that bounce. See, this is the thing, it can bounce a little bit, just not that much. Or not that often. He bounced again! Oh, beautiful. That was very lucky though, to be honest. Lovely little game. Very lucky little game, but lovely game. Very well played. Very well formed. This is basically... Personally, I like these games. They're not like that super epic, oh my god, look what I did kind of games. But it's just being in the right place at the right time, continuously having targets to shoot and not being a primary target. That is how to play tanks. And the reason that I state that is basically like that is how to play. Is because not being primary target is always a good thing. Unless you have loads of armor, because then your basically your goal is to be primary target. But in this case, when you do not, and you can just basically, your team is your cannon fodder, and that sounds like really mean to say that. But the only one that you can control is yourself, so you can only control your own actions. So that's why I'm always in favor of not wasting HP. I'm also not in favor of camping, because that's basically roasting marshmallows at the back. But basically just doing it that way, not being primary target, but making yourself be effective, like getting all the shots in, being in a good position and everything, works wonders. Let's see, what else do I want to show you? I've got quite a few replays. We've got about 10 minutes. I'm going to show you a replay from Fufu. That's obviously not his actual name. It's not even his nickname. But we've always called him Fufu. Because this tank is also in the store right now. I do have a whatchamacallit, a review on my channel. Definitely, what Moose has said with a screenshot of the end result, that would be very helpful for me. And this is such a weird tank, because the fact that it has a clip just feels so useless. No one seems to know what they're doing, where they're going to go, where they have to go. That's not very promising. So let's see, he's being relatively aggressive here. With the Type 59 at the back there. Well, he's got a friend. That is mean. I think one of the things to keep in mind with that it's not really through this game so far, is it? With that gunner and all, you kind of need that. Basically, being able to hold your nerve when you're in a well, let's say a collarbone of situation. That is a big difference between you and other players. Potatoes will generally always lose that. Oh, hello. Oh, I bet he can't wait to have his gun back. Nice. We should be able to finish him. Nice, good job. Losing your gunner or your commander or anything like that is just such a pain. And for those wondering, I am following group 1, so I'm following the pink team. Nice. Yeah, I don't think he's going to show his nose. Let's see. AMX M4 not too happy. They are sadly losing teammates. That is a bit of a problem. They should have him. There you go. Oof. Yeah, you always want to go for the low HP targets. You don't always have the choice. So there is that. Nice little bounce there. Oof, ow. Yes, the STG that rushed in, totally right, of course. Fufu must be the not so clever person here. That is a good move. If you have the choice, and you can reload your clip in pace, and with the clip you can finish the battle, then it's always a good idea to reload the clip. Beautiful. Oh, that is even more beautiful. He might be able to have it now. Assuming both shots do damage. He hit the gun! He hit the gun! Of the corpse! Well done. Beautiful, Fufu. Ah, nice. I forgot to check that. Yeah, Melvin just said I did hit the blind shot on the conway. It was a max roll shot, which definitely helped there. Lovely little game this. Very OP. Fufu days. Let's see. We don't have a room just yet, but it should be up any minute now. Let's go have a look at our group, shall we? So, Aho lost. They lost there as well, so that might be no-show then. So we've got Cred versus Pink. Creed versus Pink. And after that we will have the loser of that versus the SNS. And after that the winner of that versus the winner of the upcoming match again. And there we go. I'm the first one there. Look at that. Okay, let's not watch that because there's a 3-minute delay on the stream and I don't want any stream snipers, so I'm not gonna do that. This is the thing though, Melvin. Melvin just said, this is what it's like on an A server all the time. No, we have heavy tanks as TDs, TDs as mediums, and mediums as lights as heavies, etc. Thing is that is not unique to the NA server. That is unique to the game. That's the same everywhere. And people often confuse that with, it must be my server that's bad. It's like the same thing that basically everyone talks trash about their own server and no one realizes everyone talking the same trash, which basically means it's the same everywhere. I mean... So yeah, let's see. Now we just need to wait like 40 seconds more until we can actually go into the room. So what are you guys having for dinner today? Honestly, I'm a bit at a loss. This is always like the empty time, don't have much to talk about. We haven't seen anything particularly epic yet in tours and everything. So I just generally start talking about random stuff. Like I'm moving in a month, just under a month now. And it means I've got so much to keep in my head, as in things I need to do, things I need to keep in mind. Today the mover came by to give me a quote on what it's going to cost me. And it's going to cost me about a kidney. But it's worth it because with my health I cannot do it all on my own. So yeah, in the meantime we can enter the room now. So let's do that. Creed almost completely there already. Pink steadily coming. And I do have to apologize for basically pronouncing all the names wrong. Because especially with the CIS names or the ex-CIS names, I generally have no idea how to pronounce it. I mean, I remember at some point I learned how to pronounce Krokodil Kabanchik, and I was like, I have no idea that was how you pronounced it. The same thing, like you have Amonet, and if you type that in Cyrillic, it spells Amahet. Which is like, I'm missing letters there. But for Cyrillic, it makes sense. So yeah, nobody for the most part. So I do apologize in advance again for pronouncing all the names wrong. Yes, delay is 3 minutes. That's also why I wait until we're below 3 minutes before I actually go into the room. And the reason that I basically, you want to avoid people stream sniping. So it used to be 5 minutes, but that was like a ridiculously long delay, and it wasn't really needed because in between matches there's only 2 minutes. So 3 minutes works better. But you do still want to avoid people having an idea of what the enemy might do. Melvin says, good luck, Creed. I mean, yeah, I can't fault them for that. See, this is the thing. I have no doubt that the teams that Pink is up against and against tonight are like good clans and they're good players and all of that. But this is Pink. It's somewhat different. It's not a random clan that you're meeting. It's one of the pro clans from the CIS server. But yeah, if there's anything you want to say that you want me to reply to, it has to be in English. So, because yeah, I can't read Cyrillic. "16 seconds left to go before we go into the first match. Pink ready with an LT, 3 Type 71s, 2 T57 heavies, and a mouse. Versus 2 LTs, 4 Type 71s, and an E100 for Yukon. And let's see. Interesting to see the T57 heavy. We don't see that all that much. Pink, of course, heading for base B. The LT is heading there as well, though. And on the other side, we see one lone LT heading towards base D side, where you might meet a bunch of Type 71s. A little bit of spotting damage, well, spots and damage done there. Base B has been taken. Base C is now being capped. The LT has spotted the Type. He is spotted himself as well, though. Does take a shot for that. Postra, in the meantime, capping base D, where Creed is also capping base A, but there will be a point advantage for Pink here. That's not actually the button that I wanted to do, but we'll have a... There we go. That's the one that I wanted. Flame might be in a world of pain soon. He actually manages to not take damage for that. But he is in a bit of trouble. They are attempting to steal base B with the LT. Careful, and actually rotating out. Does get spotted, but not shot at. And they are protecting base B here. They're protecting the point advantage. Flame now losing a little bit of HP, being rushed. Gutsto moving in to... Oh, look at that focus fire. Beautiful. X21 gets taken out. Rainbow now the preferred target. On this side of the battle at least. Postar getting some shots in. Flowery Type 71 here not being able to do all that much. Postra gets taken out. Rainbow gets taken out. There goes Mega Statist. And nickname that I can't pronounce. There's 2 guns left. Ramming a light tank is always a good idea because it keeps them from getting away. He gets taken out and now it's just the E100. And what beauty of focus fire that was, though. lovely to watch. This is why I like duo games. You get so many people working together, focusing on the same thing. I absolutely love it. There's no prizes yet for watching this stream. It is only a qualifier. I wouldn't expect anything there, to be honest. And look at the damage spread as well. There's at most 1k between them, but everyone did about equal part. That was beautiful. That's the sort of gameplay that gets me excited, to be honest, because that's awesome. Yeah, basically you can see it in the icon. The icon has been used in earlier Twister Cups and stuff. That's how you know it's the other pink and not EU pink. That sounds lovely, Gerard. Oh, making me hungry now. So with 47 seconds left to go, we are getting ready for the second battle on Yukon. Pink. Pink is now sporting 5 Type 71s and 2 T57 heavies. I'm actually tripping over my own words, GG. And on the other side we see 2 LTs, a TVP and 4 Type 71s. Again though, I cannot understand you if you're speaking Cyrillic, so please keep that in mind. Let's see. Here we go. Second game for this matchup. Of course, it's only a best of 3, so pink is already up 4. See that bird logo that Scorpion is, and Rico are taking? That is the pink logo. And they earned that from previous seasons on the CIS server. Kamipao heading towards the base D side again. We see sort of like mirror image of what happened last time. But now pink is not actually going for the cap. They're ignoring that altogether. I think they were hoping to catch someone unawares here. And Rainbow might be that. He's immediately pulling back. And there's more guns there. Scorpion is going through the building here. Misses that shot, shoots the building instead. But look at this. They're all focusing Rainbow here. And we have more pink arriving through base B here. Holding and stealing the base. X21 in trouble. So like multiple battles happening at the same time. That was a fire that did not help Creed out either. And like there's a lot of, like I said, mini battles happening. Focus fire is not as on point as last game. See, ramming a light is always a good idea to catch them off balance. And there he goes. TVP now on a reload. There goes Metastatus. X21 gets taken out. And now it's just the TVP that gets shot from all the way over there. And the game is for pink. Again, lovely game. We're immediately heading on to the lower bracket. There we go. And of course, exiting the room so that you don't see lineups yet and all. So now we just wait again. Creed, that's the thing though. I'm very happy that the battles follow each other very quickly, but at the same time, you've just come off a loss, and it's not going to be fun to have to immediately battle again. At the same time though, I'm not sure, like on Discord I asked, a few people did say that they actually really like the fact that you don't have to wait that long. I mean, and it is qualifiers. I think it would be different if it was round robins or something, because then you might need a little bit more time to get back in your proper headspace. Someone said, at least it wasn't a type spam, and then you had the battle that we just had. I mean, of course, delay, so that's why. Oh, there will be loads of type spam, I'm fairly certain. Question is more water tanks will be used to fill the rest of the gaps. Totally unrelated to tours. I've actually been to Egypt and to the pyramids and all. And one of the things I remember most is one of the security guards peeing against the pyramid. And I'm like, then you have no idea what kind of legacy you've got there. That was a bit bad. Yeah. So let's see. I do really love this event. I love the whole atmosphere here. It's awesome. And like I said, my name is based on Egyptian mythology, so that definitely helps with that. But yeah, let's focus on the tour again. The SNS seems to have lost a player. Hopefully they will get one. Creed, on the other hand, is ready with 2 LTs, 3 Type 71s and 2 VG72s for Oasis bombs. And on the other side, the SNS is ready with a Super Conqueror, a Type 71, 2 E100s, a Kranwagen and a Foch. Just over 2 minutes left. I wonder if DSNS is going to find their 7th player, because otherwise it's going to be a bit difficult for them to win. And just reiterating, I do not understand Cyrillic, I cannot read it, I cannot speak it. So if you want me to answer anything you say in the chat, you will have to say it in English. You're free to speak your own language, don't get me wrong, I just won't understand. And it seems that the SNS is definitely missing a player. They still have a minute and a half left to get one. Let's see. But that's exactly it though. Mr. B just said, like, wow, it's like watching a pub game, and it's kind of just like that, because it's qualifiers. These are not the best versus the best yet. This is not top 8 yet. Top 8 you get a whole different level of gameplay, and it's amazing. But this is sort of like what builds up to it, and tour games are just fun because you still get that thing of where teams are coordinating together, have made battle plans together, and all of that. "40 seconds left to go. And then we'll see the first game of the finals of the lower bracket. And whoever wins this will have to face Pink again. So yeah, that being said though, Creed has a gun advantage, and that's gonna make it difficult for them for DSNS to not, to win this basically. So let's see, countdown clock has begun. And here we go. They did get the 7th player though. GG. Split second. No idea what's being said. no idea still. But I hope it's not offensive. I really wish that we had like a translator in game. The SNS focusing on the base A and B side. Max coming out of the closet here. And we have Creed a bit more split up. Do you think that they understand that basically this could get them disqualified from everything as a whole? I mean, they're not that likely to reach top 8, but still. Not that much damage being done just yet. We have the LTs arriving at the back. Getting some shots in the cop. Really got a good angle here. VK is pushing. And the rest is only just realizing that they should push with him, it looks like. He's losing a lot of HP very quickly here. Super Conqueror arriving as well. He is eating quite a lot of shots. And guns-wise, honestly, they should have this side. But the VK is actually the first one gone. And Matt here is not looking too healthy. But he is still a Type 71. And he does bounce that shot. Megastatus wants to help him, but at this stage I'm not sure if it's helping. They're keeping him alive though, Megastatus. Basically being the shield here. And we have Kamipao arriving. There goes Kira. And Danilo. And of course X21 is probably not going to survive this either. Unless he gets very lucky. Which might be a thing though. He does get taken out in the end. But it is now 6 versus 3. And Creed is playing quite nicely here. He actually got that. He either missed or it bounced. Four versus 2. They're going after the crown. Fosh gets taken out by Kamipao. Now we just have the Kranwagen left. And there he goes. Bit brutal there. But very well played by Creed. Very well held as well, because they only have 3 tanks in that corner. And they survived that long. Someone just asked, is Pink a clan name for the show Pinky and the Brain? They do have a player named Brian and named Brain and all. Honestly, that would have been amazing if that was the case. I would have been all for that. Oh my god, that's such nostalgia. One minute left before we go into the second match of this best of 3. And let's see. Creed now ready with 3 Type 71s, 2 VKs IDUs and 2 LTs. Versus an IS-7, 2 Type 71s, a Spaghetti. Or maybe not, they're changing things. Let's see. There we go. 2 IS-7s, 2 Type 71s, a Yo, a Fosh, and if Q manages to ready up in time, then they will have a VK as well. But he's only got 10 seconds left to get into the game. Let's see. dun, 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 dun. Did he make it? Did he make it? No, he did not. Oh dear. That's an instant advantage for Creed as well. Let's see. The SNS heading all towards base A. Creed heading towards the desert instead, a bit in the middle. The VK-72 is heading towards base B-ish. No one's being spotted there. Like they're all wolf backing there. Creed is in the middle. Will be interesting to see what they manage with this. And we have the LTs arriving at the back. Everyone's getting spotted now. Base A is being kept. We have the VKs. That did not... Oof! Mia is the old one out here. And the one being focused on. And there he goes. Rainbow is holding, is getting a bit stuck against the buildings, is sort of being rushed now. But we have Danilo in the middle, in a yo. Kira losing a lot of HP, being surrounded by Creed here. He does still get a shot in, but there he goes. And we have the LTs casually just racing by Kami Pao here and surviving the experience. Big it into one there. And now it is 6 versus 2. And look at him just being surrounded. He is not gonna last long. There he goes. And Max is the last one left, having dropped down to survive a split second longer. He does get a kill there. And they're actually... they're getting stuck. And Max 148, and it is Matt who gets the kill. Okay, thank you, Mutsu. Yeah, there wasn't much hope for the SNS here when they were gunned down already. And just the focus fire from Creed here has just been beautiful. And there we go. Next room. And we have Pink versus Creed again. But yeah, we have to wait again until the timer drops below 3 minutes, as said before. Let's see. It's like with the chat, like, do please be respectful. I'm just translating a little bit of the chat right now, because we are waiting until the room, until I can enter the room anyway. The thing is that like, there's always a lot lost in translation as well. Anyhow, 26 seconds left until we can go into the room. And this is always the boring part, just waiting. But it's a lot less worse than needing to wait like 45 minutes before you get another match. This is a lot better than that. I mean, We're almost now into it, and we're getting the grand finals, which is like a good thing here, because that means that we saved about an hour of that time here. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan of that. And here we go. We are getting ready to go to Desert Sands. And we see Pink taking a Sherry, 2 60Ps and 4 Type 71s. Versus a Yo, 2 VK72s, an LT and 3 Type 71s. Desert Sands is a bit of a peculiar map. And if it's 1v1, I mean, if the Sheridan manages to land the shots really well, then I'm not sure if it's 1v1 who would win. But statistically, I would put my money on Pink here. Two minutes left to go before we go into the match. But yeah, no rewards for watching the stream. Basically, the entertainment is the only prize that you get here. There might be prizes for round robins, I don't know yet. At least rewards. Wargaming hasn't set yet. We know that there will be keys at some point, but there might just be the finals as well. One minute, 20 seconds. Both teams completely ready. And just waiting for the matches to begin. Like, this is where I would like just a button that the captain can click yes for, like, yeah, we're definitely ready, and then maybe the battles can start early or something. But there's always already a lot of time saved, so I don't really mind it. Let's see. "38 seconds left to go." Also, I just watched like the finals of season 1 with House of the Dragon. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I was like, wow. I can't wait for season 2. I really love the whole series of Game of Thrones and just like House of the Dragon as well. It's not all perfect, but just the acting is really well done, and I love the concept of it. Totally nothing to do with tours, to be fair, but still. Here we go. Battle about to start. And Creed will have a tough job here. And let's see. Pinky in the Brain. Oh god, I would sing it, the tune, but I don't know if it's copyrighted. As in, I tend to sing on streams, and I've actually been copyright stricken for just singing. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I get it if I was to, like, make tons of money off it, but I'm not that big a YouTuber. So, let's see. Up and away. Ooh. Sheridan and LT. Going to spot each other. That is what I meant. That first shot going in. And he spots people going into the desert as well. And he might even just cap the base here. Because the LT is not close. And they know where he's at anyway. But no, he's not going for the base. Base B is in cap though, which is also a peculiar choice. He is pretty alone in the desert. Shots are being fired. And base B is actually the hardest base to get on this map, so that makes it all the more interesting. Shots being fired. Pepple losing a bit of HP. And now we have Swino being pushed. He's pretty much on his own. And they are making use of that. That being said, he's got some cover behind him, but he's not going to survive this. Swino is the first time gone. X21 is not looking too healthy on his own. That shot missed. And there 4. Again, I know it's not supposed to be like the way, but yeah. Kami Pao gets taken out. Artyom has very little HP left. Scorpion is actually covering for him. He does get taken out though. And that's 2 more guns gone, but Scorpion is not too healthy here. That shot not penning might be worthwhile. And Scorpion manages to escape there. So now we have 3 players left. Holding in the middle. Pink has a base. They do take out Diva, I'm gonna say. And now we have Rico arriving. Casually landing a big shot there. And they're both holding for randoms, they are in good positions. But this is tools and there's not much they can do. I think that's the exact same roll that he had for the last shot. GG. And now the rest of Pink is arriving. Scorpion going back into the desert. That shot missing, that might have been lag to be honest. But the game is for Pink. Lovely little carry there. Looked a bit chaotic to be honest. But it worked out well for them. No, there are no rewards for watching, it's just tool games. It's just the qualifiers, so basically don't expect too much from that. Not sure when more game will introduce prizes for watching. Might be the round robins, might be the final stages, we haven't been told. But not for the qualifiers at least. Pink now ready in a Sheridan 360p and an STB and 2 Type 71s. Interesting to see the STB there. We don't see it all that often in tours. Absolutely lovely tank. Not quite a brawler though. And on the other side we see a TVP, 3 Type 71s, another TVP, and a Yo, and potentially an LT if he readies up in that. He's got 32 seconds. There we go. An LT it is. And if Pink wins this, then they are the winners for tonight. And that will have been the last game. It is only a best of 3 after all. "13 seconds left to go. And then we will see what happens. Kind of curious how that STB is going to perform here. Absolutely love the tank though. It was one of the first tanks that I free XP'd because I tested it out on my press account and I was like, oh my god, I want this. I can't wait to have this. It was phenomenal. And it kind of suits my playstyle because I like ridgelining and that's something the STB is really good at. Let's see. Pink sticking together. There we have Rico going for the early spot. He does spot Kabal. He does spot them crossing over and then he's like, I do not want to be here anymore. He might be in trouble. But he seems to escape with it. Pink crossing over in the middle. Base A is theirs. And with that, basically, Creed has an advantage here. They have the, in my opinion, stronger side of the map, which is the desert. And they've got a point advantage. That is growing as Pink has kept no bases. And everyone is spread out everywhere. Nice shot though. That's beautiful. From there, through the train tracks, into him. So now basically we're just waiting for something to happen. Hang on 1 second. There's a spamming bot in the chat, which is of course not helping me. There we go. Sorry for that. Bit of a dead camera moment. Cheekily cap looking over there. Bot getting away with it. Oof. And now pink kind of has to make a move. They can't let the advantage get that big. Swino peeking over, getting tracked there, which is a very good thing for them. Doesn't pay nearly enough for that though. Brain has lost quite a lot of HP. And that's the first tank gone. Now we have Flame heading into the middle of the desert. The Yos has reloaded. Base B is now being capped. Rainbow is almost gone. And now we have the Rico moving in to go for the kill. And he does get that. And now we have Creed actually going into the city, leaving the desert. Pepple gets taken out. H4 gets taken out. We have Dio that's not going to survive for much longer either. Swino dealing with him. And I think that this was Creed's game to lose. They had a lot of advantages, but they just left it. There goes Kami Pao. And now it's just Matt that is left. He gets set on fire, which is not helping the situation at all. And there he goes. No, Maddie, I am not Alexandra. I am Amanat. What is that with these bots today, honestly? Alexandra is a very different person. Absolutely lovely person. Absolute legend. But not me. I'm not her. So that was a beautiful game again. But I think that this was basically, like I said, it was Creed's to lose rather than Pink's to win. Even though Pink had to make a move. But it was a bit weird. But yeah, that's it for the games for tonight, I believe. Let me have a look, because I don't believe that any more battles are matched. Yeah, that was the grand finals. That is it for today. Basically, I will be back tomorrow with the third day of the first qualifier. And for now, this is it. Yeah, just have a quick look. Serenity, of course, also taking it home for Group 2. Group 3. Let's have a look. That's also already decided. Oxygen taking that. Yeah. EQ. I think there's a lot of groups. So I'm not going to watch them all, obviously. This is still going. They started it a bit late. You have Quick. Imo. Imo is also still going. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to watch all of them. That is it for me for now. I will be back to stream tomorrow. I hope to see you all then. Thank you all so much for watching. And have a very lovely evening. Good night.